welcome to Nearly Part-Time Gamer, the channel for gamers balancing work, family, responsibilities, and yet still finding time to play the game. Here on my channel, you can expect honest reviews, gaming news, hidden gems, whether games are actually worth the limited free time. Because again, not all of us can grind 12 hours a day anymore. I remember when I used to grind 12 hours a day, but as life and responsibilities and things happen in life, can't do that anymore. So, as I like to say, after family, after work, after life, game on. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. I want to encourage everyone to stick around to the end. I'm going to give everyone an opportunity to win a Nintendo Switch 2. Just as a new channel coming on, I want to get some subscribers. So, hey, stick around and learn how you can do that. But let me start by introducing myself. I am Nearly Part-Time Gamer, better known in the gaming community as Yellow Boy. Depending on the platform, there's different variations of the name that's spelled, but I will say that I am proudly the original Yellow Boy on Xbox Live. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was still living at home with mom and dad. Xbox was getting ready to launch its Xbox Live. And I had to convince my mom, well, not actually convince her. I was like, Mom, look, I'm going to pay for the internet, but we can't have this dial up internet no more. We need some cable internet. So we got the cable internet going, and the second Xbox Live went live. I jumped online and created the gamer tag Yellow Boy. It's crazy because who remembers the little package that came with the little headset for the Xbox Live? That is so funny. But I also remember when PlayStation released this network adapter. At that time, I was playing a lot of Madden, and I remember that you could actually get online and update the rosters, and that felt revolutionary. Man, we thought we was doing something back then. But the crazy thing is, back then when you bought a game, that's what it was. You got the game, and there was no changing it, no updates, no nothing. So if you was playing Madden and someone got traded in real life on the game, that person was still on the old team. But gaming has just been a huge part of my life for as long as I can remember. I've been fortunate enough to experience almost every generation of gaming, from arcades, the original Nintendo, the PlayStation, Xbox, everything in between. I remember I had an Intellivision growing up. And this is why I really, wanted to start my platform, Nearly Part-Time Gamer. Because the funny thing is, as we get older, the less time I seem to have for gaming. Between family, responsibilities, yard work, bills, everything adulting throws at us. Finding time to sit down and game just isn't nearly as easy as it used to be. When I was younger, or when we were younger, we could spend entire weekends gaming without thinking twice about it. Now, if we get a couple of uninterrupted hours, it feels like a major accomplishment. And I wanted to create a platform for adults in the same situation. People who still love gaming, but also has real world responsibilities. People who don't have unlimited time to grind, but still love the hobby. Because gaming doesn't stop when life gets busy. And it's all about time management. In our careers and stuff, we talk about time management at work, and even when we get home, how we manage our time doing our chores and stuff around the house, and hopefully we do it right. We can carve out a little time for ourselves and get to enjoy things that we like to do, such as gaming. So again, I just want to welcome you to the channel. Another thing that you'll notice about this channel is you're not going to see a bunch of crazy edits. You're not going to see explosions and sound effects or somebody yelling every 5 seconds. Honestly, I just don't have time for all that. Between work, family, responsibilities, trying to find actual time to game. The last thing I need is another full-time job at like editing video for like 20 hours a week. So here's just going to be, real uncut conversation, honest opinions, straightforward information from someone who's been gaming his entire life. Besides, if I spend all my time editing videos, I won't have any time left to actually play the games that we're talking about, right? So again, I hope you understand that. And you know, this channel is I want it to be a interactive channel. I want to hear from you guys in the comments and things of that nature, and I'll be very on top of responding to those, if I say so. But again, I'm not a professional gamer. I'm not a gaming journalist. I'm just someone who loves video games. And this platform allows me to connect with others who have that same passion and joy that I do. And I look forward to what this platform will become in the future. Some of the things that you can expect as well. Um, I'm excited about one of my features that I plan on doing is Throwback Thursday. Every Thursday I'll pull a game from my collection. May not be in the collection. Maybe it's just something that I remember that I had or played, and maybe it's a game to change gaming forever. Maybe it's a forgotten classic. But I want to pull one out or point one out or recognize it and share it with you guys, because to me, gaming is memories. Growing up, I can remember gaming, and right now I can think of some games that I was playing when I was younger, and I can instantly remember like the house I was in, what I was doing at that time, things of that nature. And so my ties or my gaming ties is with my memories. Whether sometimes it's hearing a soundtrack or seeing a cover or just loading up an old save file. I get memories of a specific moment in my life, and I think that's one of the coolest things about gaming. So before I go, I really want to hear from you. And simple, easy question, just leave in the comments. How much time do you realistically get to game each week? I know how much time I would like to game, but how much time realistically do you get to game each week if you're fulfilling all of your adulthood duties? Let me know in the comments. And again, thank you for helping me launch this channel. And back to the Nintendo Switch giveaway I was talking about. One lucky subscriber is going to get this Nintendo Switch too. It's again me wanting to give back to the community as well, because we talk about the part-time gaming, but also gaming as adults as a financial point. Hey, do we budget games in our budget? Do we have the funds to game anymore? Gaming is getting very, very expensive. So that's some of the stuff that we'll talk about later on some later videos. But again, hit that subscribe button. Once, like I said, I hit 500 subscribers, I'll be giving this Nintendo Switch away to one of the lucky subscribers. And just remember, after family, after work, after life, game on.